let's also take a look at what exactly is the IMEEC, why does it matter, what are the benefits, and what are some of the very key components. First up, what exactly is the IMEEC? You can see the picture over here is from the G20 summit in September 2023 when this agreement was inked. It's of course a very important project as it passes through Marseille in the Mediterranean Sea as well. Prime Minister Modi just visited the spot in France. It's in fact the second largest city in France. So meanwhile, here, of course, as I was referring to the photograph, on 9 September 2023, the Memorandum of Understanding was signed during the G20 summit that was held in New Delhi. The corridor, in fact, intends to enhance connectivity, increase efficiency, reduce costs, and also secure regional supply chains as well. But that's not all. It will comprise of two separate corridors, the East Corridor, that is of course connecting India to the Gulf states, and the Northern Corridor connecting the Gulf states to Europe and beyond as well. The IMEEC of course seeks to mobilize $600 billion US, especially when it comes to infrastructure and filling those infrastructure gaps in these member states. It primarily aims to integrate India, Europe and the Middle East through UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel and the European Union. So we've taken a look at what exactly is the IMEEC. Let's also take a look at why it matters. One, increased trade and investment. The IMEEC would create a new trade route between India, Middle East and Europe, which would reduce transportation costs and time as well. So this is of course a very ambitious project that seeks to improve the logistics in these particular countries. Of course, speaking of improved connectivity, the IMEEC would involve the construction of new roads, railways, ports, which would improve connectivity between all these three regions and enhancing trade. Thirdly, increased energy security. This is also a major source of oil. The Middle East is a major source of oil and gas for India in particular, and the IMEEC would provide a way to transport these resources more effectively. Number 4, reduced regional tensions. The Middle East is of course a volatile region. We've been seeing the war that has taken place over there since October 2023. The IMEEC could in fact help to promote peace and stability by increasing economic interdependence between all the countries that are involved in this project. Of course, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Israel in particular as well. Let's take a look at some of the key components. Physical infrastructure being one. It includes development of roads, railways and ports as well. Let's take a look at the second component. It also includes the development of, I've already mentioned this, let's move on to the next point as well. We've seen that it will try to fill in those infrastructure gaps, but also bring in policy reforms, involve policy reforms to facilitate trade and investments as well. That is something that is also being touted as far as this is concerned. Digital connectivity is another very crucial aspect. It's looking at promoting and improving communication and cooperation between all of these states, especially through digital means. Green energy. We've all seen the promotion and development of green energy over the last couple of years. Of course, Trump just recently pulled out of the Paris Agreement, so where that will head remains to be seen. But as far as benefits are concerned, increased trade, increased investments amongst all the member countries that are of course part of this deal. Another key benefit is a reduced transportation costs, of course, and time as well, considering the seamless movement of goods that can take place through this corridor. But also another key aspect of the benefits are increased connectivity between the three regions. It is in fact quite a costly affair to transport goods from India to Europe, so streamlining this would in fact improve upon all of this. But that's not all. It's also touted to be a challenger to the BRI, the China's Belt and Road Initiative. Meanwhile, the benefits are also increased economic growth and development as well. So the more money that is pumped in, the more development, the more growth, the more jobs as well that can be created.